You are about to enter the Chrome Dome.
Alrighty then, welcome to the Chrome Dome. I'm Old Bald Guy, aka OBG, and it is time for our Week 22 update, the official 5-month anniversary of this free-to-play account for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We're heading towards Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and we're actually making progress for a change. This is a lot of fun, and as we stated in our original goals, our goal was to not only make a quick run at less than a year to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but also to be very competitive in GAC. And we have achieved that as we are 10-2 so far in GAC. And I don't want to talk about the next matchup because, all right, we'll talk about it. But it's really, really bad for us. It's just really bad. So let's take a look here at where we stand on things. As you can see, we are up to 1.03 GP, and if you take a look at what our current farms are, I thought I would review this because we haven't talked about it too much lately. I have our little farming tab down here. Ability mats are moving along pretty quickly. We have applied all the Zetas that we have accumulated, which is I think 7 or 8 of them have been applied to people, and we are working on farming up the basic materials. But as you can see here, we're down to the dregs of our GAC with Obi-Wan, IG-100 Magnet Guard, and Droideka as our last 3 people who are not maxed on basic abilities or basic ability mats. So not all of their abilities to 7 without the various other Zetas and Omicrons, etc. And we've added Kylo Ren Unmasked to our list for abilities. He's at the back end, but he's on the board, and he is already up to Gear 8, moving up to Gear 9, and we will be focusing on him very soon. As you can see, he is over here in the gear farm order. We have finished gear farms on everybody that we intend to do outside of the core Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farms, except for Jedi Anakin, who we want to get into relics. Working on him in relics. Palpatine is the next up. He is at Gear 11, and then we're on to KRU and First Order Executioner, who, as you can see, KRU has made it all the way to 85. We have finished the level 85 farm, credit farm on everyone that we intend to do. And we're starting to farm up the First Order group, so that group is coming along slowly but surely. You can see Fox here is up to level 58. You can see our level up crew down here is all First Order. We have Executioner, next up is OG Kylo, then First Order Officer, and then First Order TIE Pilot. And we'll hit these guys up here to go ahead and hit them 7 stars when we have the credits and get them up to 85. That will be our next GAC team. Will be that group with KRU and these 4. And once we finish that, we'll either move on to gearing and leveling up the bounty hunters, or gearing and leveling up the other First Order, depending on where we are in the ship farm. I think we're going to finish the leveling piece of the farm fairly quickly because we're making good progress. We've got good income from a lot of places now. So I think we'll probably end up doing is shifting over to our bounty hunter crew, which we will need for the ships anyways. And you can see down here our bounty hunters, Boss, Jango, Boba, Cad Bane, and Zam. And the intention is to bring these guys up, get them to 7 stars, and then pop the Omicron on Zam and make that another solid team for really pushing through, because we need Cad Bane, Boba, and Bosk for the finalizer event anyways. So having them up to Gear 9 or Gear 10 will really help us in that finalizer event. Plus it gives us another couple ships for fleet and makes us a little stronger there. So back to our farming conversation. As you can see, our hard node farms now are Cyan, Droideka, IG-86, which is actually technically Vulture Droid, who is almost there too, and then Jango, which is actually Houndstooth. Unfortunately, you cannot put ships into squads. Still, no fleet squads after years and years of asking for it. Hasn't happened. And we also had Grief here as a ship farm, a ship hard node farm, because he does have a really good pilotless ship that will help us with our extra fleets as we get closer, and he's also a great character for bounty hunters. And so you take a look at our ships here. TIE Advanced is 69 out of 100. moving along pretty nicely. Slave 164 out of 100. These two guys will be done very soon, taking them off the chart, off the table, and then we still have Anakin as our only ship hard node farm. There's a lot of good options in there. There's Nest. We're very close to getting the Mandalorian. We also have Grief, so we can add Grief and Mando. There's also Jolie and Zalbar in there for JKR. So there's a lot of good choices in there. I want to try to keep the fleet hard node farm around 2 to 3, because as we get into the Gear 12, there's a lot of fleet gear that we need in gear for Gear 12 to push on in, that we need in there to get us past the Gear 12 and into the relic levels. As you can see here, everybody on our finalizer farm is now at 5 stars or higher, as Kylo Ren's command shuttle with his double farm has caught up to people, and he is at 160. We cannot unlock him yet because we don't have the Stormtrooper unlocked yet. That's fine. We'll unlock it when we get there, but he is almost halfway to 330. So 5 more shards, and he is at the halfway point, which puts us probably about 2 months away from finishing all of our ship farms for finalizer. He is he's at 160, and he's pretty close. I think he might have actually passed Xanadu Blood, who is nope, he's 2 away from passing Xanadu Blood. So Xanadu being our bottom one, and then we have Houndstooth up here. That's 35 at 885, and he's slightly ahead of that. So those are our 3 remaining ones out of the farms. We still do need to get First Order TIE Fighter as well, but we're farming him out of the store. And so that's moving along pretty well. We're getting closer on those, and everything's going pretty well with that. Fleet's still holding number 1. No issues with that. And as far as, the rest of the team, everybody's good. We got Padme's second Zeta on her. We got Commander Luke Skywalker, one of his Zetas on him. I probably do want to go back and put the second Zeta on Grievous next, because his leadership ability, Zeta gives you the target lock bonus. Gaining turn meter for target lock, and we are running him with a lot of target lock going on, and we also have Newt in there that adds extra bonuses on target lock. So there's quite a few things that we can target lock here that will help. So we'll probably do that next, and also probably drop in what do you call these things? Omegas on his daily, on his basic one. So he's almost level 6 or 6 stars here as we get fine. We cannot, let me tell you, the stores do not like me at all. Grievous and Razor Crest just don't show up. They literally just don't show up. It's crazy. I don't understand. It's so bad. So, but going fine with that. Everything's good. And so I know we talked about the, craziness that's coming up for GAC. And this is a very interesting roster to look at. So this guy's obviously heading for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. As you can see, he is running a 4-star finalizer as his primary fleet. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So if you take a look at his roster, though, he is on a similar path to what we are. He's just further ahead of us, and in a slightly different approach. So he's got a Grievous squad here with a couple droids in here with Dooku. You can see he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm sure Han's down here. There's Han, that's number 10. So he's got, in his First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot. So he's got his requirements, working on him. Here's First Order Officer over here. He's also, looks like he's working on his clones, because here's 5's JKA, here's Rex, Echo, etc. So, that's pretty solid. And it's a tough lineup. He's also got Palpatine up here at 7 stars. But he's really focusing on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup, because his account is much older than ours. But he's focused down a similar path, just with less meta teams involved. So this is much more of a direct SLKR rush with a couple of, looks like a side project for gas for some reason. But he's only 1.4 million, and he's been around a long time. Really long time, because he's got a lot of ships and that kind of stuff. I'd estimate this guy's probably a solid 6 months ahead of us, and I like to feel like that if at 6 months we would have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren at 6 months from now, 11-month mark for our account, and our roster would be much better than this, and also much higher GP, because I know he's focused and all, but man, he is it's super easy to get people to level 85 Gear 8. Like, if you've been around for a year, and you should have everybody you really want to level 85. And, Gear 8, because that's basically free. And I don't understand why he has only 30 characters at level 80. Actually, he has 29 characters at level 85. And that's super weird to me, to not even have, you have Geos, you have Spy and Poggle and, Soldier. You have all these guys. Why not level them up? I mean, Bosk is a 4-star, so I guess he's not really farming that. But still, it's really interesting to me the way that he has chosen to approach this account. But it's going to be a really, really interesting matchup. I do encourage you to tune in tomorrow for this matchup and see how this goes. So, overall, everything's going great. 1.03 mil, moving on up the charts. And till next time, OBG out.